Now introducing our star athlete, standing 6'7", weighing 200 pounds, the wide receiver from West Edge High School, Garrett Marchant. Garrett was an absolute star at West Edge. His senior year highlight reel went viral, and the NIL deal started pouring in after this mixtape.
Dude, your video's going viral right now.
Oh no, the sports agent guy keeps hitting me up with the NIL offer.
The NIL offer started pouring in for Garrett. However, the lack of structure in the system, in which each state has different NIL laws, had Garrett questioning everything, such as what deals he could take and what law would apply in whatever state he would attend college in. He had to go to his buddies for help.
That doesn't make any sense. In Virginia, it says you can't be represented by an agent until you sign a letter of intent. But in Texas, it says you have to have an agent if the deal is over 50 grand.
Dude, forget that. This energy drink contract says you can't even wear a competitor's logo, which is fine, but it also says you can't be seen engaged in any activity that is detrimental to public morals. What does that even mean? Eating a hot dog way too fast?
It means I need a lawyer, not two idiots who failed economics. I don't have any money yet, and I'm not really ready to play with the big guys. So I'm going to college at Charleston. You two are going to have to be my agents.
Garrett chose to attend the College of Charleston for his freshman year to play football. The NIL laws were easy for him to understand, and he was able to generate some local deals with the help of his high school buddies who were now his agents. Situations such as this happen far more often than you might think. People like Garrett, who are just entering college, have trouble affording legal representation, meaning they just have to have anybody within their life to be able to help them out with contracts, which can lead them to predatory deals, which we might see later on. Garrett completely balled out at the College of Charleston, earning MVP honors and leading his team to a conference championship. As it usually goes for players who play well at a small school, the big dogs started hitting his line, offering him major NIL packages to attend their schools.
That pizza is sensational.
How we doing?
Hey, come on in.
Garrett?
Yeah.
I'm Steven with Penn State Collective.
Nice to meet you, Stu.
I gotta say, we love what we see with you in Charleston, and we want you at Penn State. We want you to play for us, and we're prepared to throw you a bag at it. We want to pay you $15 million to come play for us.
Oh my God, 15 million? But I like it here.
They can't compete with us. We have resources, we have money, you'll make a boatload of money, and we have a private jet waiting for you. What do you say?
You guys have pizza?
All of it.
I'm in.
Garrett was convinced by Steven, who was running the Penn State NIL Collective, to attend Penn State, a much bigger school. An NIL Collective is independent from a school. They're established by wealthy donors, alumni, or boosters, whose purpose is to pool money from fans and businesses and then facilitate NIL deals for the athletes. However, there are major structural flaws with NIL collectives. They operate with minimal transparency and directly undermine the intended spirit of NIL. The wealthy universities are able to offer, like Penn State, $15 million to Garrett, in which College of Charleston, with a budget that's not even half of that, they can't compete. It turns college sports into an arm race of booster funding. You see, with the current system, NIL collectives can just essentially pay these athletes to come play for their schools. They don't need any valid business purpose or quid pro quo. They can just offer these athletes whatever amount of money and have them come. This is unfair for many reasons, and it leads to a lot of structural imbalance throughout college athletics. Safe to say Garrett's performance at Penn State was, well, to put it lightly, terrible. The jump up from competition from the College of Charleston to Penn State was way too much for him to handle. This upset many people, including, most importantly, the boosters that were funding his collective. These wealthy donors and alumni were not happy with the way Garrett was performing, as it was impacting their prized possession, Penn State football. Garrett is still represented by his high school buddies, who are acting as his agents, as a thorough legal review of a complex NIL contract by a qualified sports attorney can cost thousands of dollars. This expense is often completely out of reach for the average student athlete, including one such as Garrett, who was just playing small college ball at the College of Charleston before transferring to Penn State and is yet to receive the full amount of his collective. These wealthy boosters and collective draft contracts filled with legal landmines, such as funding contingencies, morals clauses, and recruitment demands. They rely on the athlete's ignorance and financial inability to hire a professional to read the fine print.
Three games into the season, and all I've got is $4. It's not even enough to get more pizza. I thought I was supposed to get $15 million.
Yeah, well, I read over the contract for the first time, and they said that if you're playing horribly, the collective doesn't have to pay you. So I guess they probably think that you're playing horribly.
Yeah, Steven from the collective actually just sent an email. Said the big donor backed out after the first loss and that the funds temporarily depleted.
I moved my whole life. My family moved out here. I need that money.
You're not getting paid.
I don't know what to say, man. Sorry. Garrett was clearly tricked by this collective, but it's not entirely his fault. While provisions such as this one, requiring that a collective doesn't have to pay somebody because they're playing horribly, it's not something that you're usually going to see. Situations like this do happen, where athletes are having agents who are not qualified, they're not reading the fine print, and then they get into situations where they're signing away future rights, agreeing to massive time commitments such as unpaid labor, or become legally responsible for repaying money that was already spent. Collectives are just a problem overall, and as of right now, there's really nothing restricting the way that they can take advantage of these athletes.
Finally home. Oh, nice leftover pizza. A note. Yo, transfer portal open, going to Miami. They offered me an apartment and a private chef. Talk to you later. Bryce, the quarterback?
Did you hear the news? Bryce is transferring to Miami.
What, dude? How are we supposed to get team chemistry down now?
Chemistry doesn't exist anymore, man. The way that it is now with NIL, they just came in and offered him a 7-figure package, and he's going to take it. He's going to Miami.
This is so wrong, dude. This is terrible. Why doesn't the NCAA step in and do something about this?
I don't know. I'm thinking the same thing. This highlights a huge issue with the current NIL system, as program building used to rely on long-term stability, developing recruits over multiple years and relying on institutional loyalty. The current environment has dismantled this, as loyalty is replaced by a constantly open market. If a player develops successfully at one school, they become a target for another school's collective that can offer more money. The transfer portal is constantly open, which means players can just transfer in the middle of the year. This was the case with Bryce, who was Garrett's quarterback at Penn State. He decided to transfer to Miami, who offered him a large sum of money, instead of trying to right the ship at Penn State and gather team chemistry there.
Yeah, I have to do that thing.
Steven, the money. The $15 million. You said it was guaranteed.
Garrett, the collective's Garrett, the collective's a third-party fund. We just made the connection. Your contract is with the donors, and they're unhappy. It's a private business matter. Go talk to the coach. Sorry about that. All right.
Unfortunately for Garrett and other athletes in this situation, there's not really much they can do. With the patchwork of state laws, certain states and institutions do not allow coaches or other members of the athletic department to be involved in the facilitation and negotiation of NIL deals. Meaning, in this situation, Garrett's completely alone. He has agents who don't really know what they're doing, and he also doesn't really have anybody to go to. Overall, highlighted by this scenario, the patchwork of state laws, the structural imbalances, and overall mass confusion of this NIL landscape is a reason why there needs to be serious change. Federal legislation is needed in order to solve all these problems that plague the current system. It's just going to get worse before it gets better.
I know, Mom, I know. But the money's gone. The collective, the donors, they just stopped paying. They found a clause in the contract, one that we missed, that lets them pull the funding if they're unhappy with the team. Coach can't help. I don't know what to do. I'm down to my last slices here. Yeah, of course I should have had a lawyer. But how was I supposed to afford a lawyer who specializes in multi-state contract law when the deal was offered? They gave me an hour to sign, Mom. It was sign now or lose $15 million. That's the messed up part, Mom. They talked about us being student athletes, right? They gave me a mandatory 1-hour online module about not taking cash for my jersey. That's it. That's all the education they gave me for a multi-million-dollar business decision. They need to mandate a real class where you can go over contract law, financial literacy, and agents with some ethics. I was happy at Charleston playing football. We're just pushed to go to these big schools, take all this money from wealthy donors. Now I'm here, broke, isolated, and the only lesson I learned is that I'm just an asset to be traded. I was supposed to be in college, but I was thrown out to the pros without a playbook. This whole system, it's just broken.